History is filled with moments that reshaped civilizations, changed the course of human progress, and defined the world we live in today. Some events altered borders, some changed how we think, and others redefined the way societies function. These turning points influenced everything from politics and technology to culture and human rights. In this video, we will explore 10 historical events that left an everlasting impact on the world. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more eye-opening history content. 1. The fall of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was one of the most powerful civilizations in history, dominating Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East for centuries. But in 476 AD, the empire collapsed due to economic struggles, political corruption, and external invasions. The fall of Rome marked the beginning of the Middle Ages, a time of feudalism, cultural decline, and lost knowledge. Europe entered a period of instability, but this event also laid the groundwork for the rise of new kingdoms and the Renaissance. The loss of Roman rule meant the fragmentation of Europe into smaller states, many of which evolved into modern nations. Without the fall of Rome, the political and cultural landscape of Europe would be vastly different today. 2. The discovery of the New World. In 1492, Christopher Columbus set sail across the Atlantic and landed in the Americas, changing the course of history forever. This discovery led to the colonization of the New World, bringing European influence, technology, and diseases to the Americas. It sparked the age of exploration, leading to global trade networks, economic expansion, and the exchange of ideas and cultures. However, it also resulted in the exploitation and destruction of indigenous civilizations, such as the Aztecs and Incas. The discovery of the Americas paved the way for modern globalization and economic growth. It reshaped world power, leading to the rise of European empires and the eventual creation of new nations, like the United States and Canada. 3. The Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution, which began in the late 18th century, transformed the way people lived and worked. It introduced mass production, new technologies, and urbanization, replacing traditional agricultural economies with industrial ones. Steam engines, railways, and mechanized factories revolutionized transportation and production, making goods cheaper and more accessible. Cities grew rapidly, and people moved from rural areas to urban centers in search of work. While it improved the standard of living for many, it also led to harsh working conditions, child labor, and environmental pollution. The Industrial Revolution set the foundation for modern economies and technological advancements, shaping the world into what it is today. 4. The American Revolution. The American Revolution, which began in 1775, was a fight for independence against British rule that led to the creation of the United States. It introduced the revolutionary idea that people had the right to self-govern and resist tyranny. The success of the revolution inspired other nations to fight for their own freedom, influencing revolutions in France, Latin America, and beyond. The founding principles of democracy, individual rights, and constitutional government became models for other countries. The United States would go on to become one of the most influential global powers, shaping world politics and economics. Without the American Revolution, the spread of democratic ideals across the world might have taken a very different path. 5. World War I and its aftermath. World War I, which lasted from 1914 to 1918, was one of the deadliest conflicts in history. It introduced modern warfare, including tanks, machine guns, and chemical weapons, resulting in the deaths of millions. The war led to the fall of empires, including the Ottoman, Austro-Hungarian, German, and Russian empires, reshaping global borders. The Treaty of Versailles, which ended the war, placed heavy penalties on Germany, setting the stage for World War II. The war also sparked political revolutions, including the rise of communism in Russia. The global impact of World War I still affects international relations, with its effects shaping the modern world order. 6. World War II and the Holocaust. World War II, from 1939 to 1945, was the most devastating conflict in human history. It involved nearly every major world power and resulted in the deaths of over 70 million people. The war led to the rise and fall of Nazi Germany, the Holocaust, and the use of nuclear weapons in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The war's aftermath led to the Cold War, the creation of the United Nations, and the division of the world into two opposing blocs. It also resulted in the decolonization of many countries, as former colonies sought independence. The lessons of World War II continue to influence global politics, human rights laws, and military strategies. 7. The Cold War and the space race. The Cold War, which lasted from 1947 to 1991, was a period of political and military tension between the United States and the Soviet Union. It led to major conflicts, such as the Korean War and the Vietnam War, and shaped global alliances. The Cold War also fueled the space race, with the Soviet Union launching the first satellite, Sputnik, and the US landing the first man on the moon. This rivalry drove advancements in science, technology, and military power, influencing space exploration and global surveillance systems. The Cold War's end marked the fall of the Soviet Union and the spread of capitalism and democracy in former communist countries. 8. The Civil Rights Movement. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s was a turning point in the fight against racial discrimination. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, and Malcolm X fought for equal rights, leading to landmark legislation such as the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The movement inspired other social justice efforts worldwide, influencing human rights movements in South Africa, India, and beyond. The struggle for racial equality continues today, but the movement helped break down legal segregation and change social attitudes. Without the civil rights movement, racial equality and justice would have taken much longer to achieve. The fight for civil rights remains an ongoing struggle, reminding us that progress requires constant effort. 9. The invention of the Internet. The invention of the Internet in the late 20th century revolutionized communication, business, and society. It created a global network that connects billions of people, enabling instant access to information and digital interactions. The Internet has transformed industries such as education, healthcare, and commerce, leading to the rise of e-commerce and social media. It has made the world more interconnected, allowing people to communicate instantly across continents. The digital economy has grown rapidly, creating new job opportunities and changing the way businesses operate. However, the Internet has also raised concerns about data privacy, cybersecurity, and misinformation, posing challenges for governments and individuals alike. Social media platforms have influenced politics, culture, and personal interactions, sometimes leading to the spread of false information and social divisions. The Internet continues to evolve, shaping the way we work, learn, and interact with the world, with artificial intelligence and automation becoming more prevalent. Without the Internet, the modern digital age would not exist, and our lives would be drastically different, lacking the conveniences of instant communication, online services, and global connectivity. 10. The coronavirus pandemic. The coronavirus pandemic, which began in 2019, changed the world in unprecedented ways, disrupting daily life, economies, and healthcare systems worldwide. It led to lockdowns, travel restrictions, and economic recessions, forcing businesses and schools to adapt to remote work and online learning. The pandemic exposed weaknesses in global healthcare systems, highlighting the need for better preparedness and rapid medical responses. Governments and pharmaceutical companies worked at record speed to develop vaccines, demonstrating the power of modern science and technology. The crisis also reshaped industries, accelerating the digital transformation of businesses, increasing demand for e-commerce, and changing workplace dynamics. The pandemic caused immense loss of life, overwhelming hospitals and frontline workers, while also affecting mental health due to prolonged isolation and uncertainty. Economic disparities widened, as some industries thrived while others collapsed, leaving millions unemployed and struggling. Supply chain disruptions led to shortages of essential goods, affecting trade and international relations. Its long-term effects are still unfolding, but it serves as a reminder of the power of viruses to disrupt civilizations, prompting discussions on the importance of healthcare investments, pandemic preparedness, and global cooperation in future crises. History is shaped by events that redefine societies, challenge existing systems, and create new possibilities. Each of these historical moments changed the world in irreversible ways, influencing generations to come. Some brought progress and innovation, while others brought destruction and suffering. What other historical events do you think changed the world forever? Let us know in the comments below. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into history's most pivotal moments.